ready? I probably mean, am I ready? I know Dave's been ready for this moment for years, but I'm still new to this. I mean, yeah, I want to leave the dock and go sailing, but we haven't been away from the dock for the last 3 months, except for 2 short excursions. Once for fuel and the second time to take our friends sailing around the corner. I still get my terminology wrong, and I'm not sure I'm ready. I want to be. I'm looking forward to it, and we've been prepping for this moment, but taking that last step is the hardest, I think. No more talking, it's action time. I know once we get out there, I'll get into the swing of things, but this is it. I'm excited, looking forward to leaving and sailing, but nervous. If I wasn't, I'd be concerned I was overconfident. So just threw myself into prep mode as best I could and tried unsuccessfully to get some sleep before we left. We had looked into going up the ICW, but we decided since we'd be having some longer passages in the future, if the weather allowed, we'd sail up the Atlantic, sailing overnight to St. Augustine. We estimated it would take about 48 hours, and this would be a good first overnight. We left a day later than originally planned, so we missed seeing from the sea a launch from Kennedy's Space Center. Just as well, when I investigated the no-sail zone, it sent them pretty far off the coast. We finally threw up the dock lines and left.
Alright, just leaving port here for the last time. Leaving Fort Pierce Marina. High tide. Going out with the tide today. Lori's on the bow, keeping track of things.
A Coast Guard ship passed as we were leaving, hopefully the closest they would ever come to us. The sun was shining and it was a beautiful day.
Alright, back to port just a little bit. You gonna come upstairs? You can come. Good girl.
Good girl, Maui. Oh, you're such a good girl.
Lori. Alright, we are passing by the Square Grouper, Pelican Yacht Club, Fort Pierce Marina. On the way out to sea. About 11 o'clock in the morning, tide's going out. Nice marked channel, one of the easiest inlets out there. Wind's out of the east. We're going to need to veer off to the north once we exit the channel, catch the wind.
We were all in good spirits. Winds were light, but it was a beautiful day. And to be honest with you, I was glad to start off the trip slowly and get back my sea legs. Day 1 of sailing. We left the inlet about 5 hours ago, the dock 6 hours ago. It has been an absolutely gorgeous day. Beautiful sun. We saw one other boat, a catamaran inland, and one mega yacht. Otherwise, it has been dead quiet out here. Winds, we're getting 9 to 10 knots. We're averaging about 3.5, 4 knots. We'll get there when we get there. The waves have been nice. They've been on the beam. It's been slow and steady. The sails have been working beautifully. Maui has been up on the dock. I've been taking little naps back and forth. Dave actually let me be in the cockpit for a whole 20 minutes alone. And I was harnessed in. And I'm just very, very happy being out here. And it could be much, much worse. It could be dead. It could be crazy winds. It could be storms. So I'll take a light sail day anytime. Time to make dinner. Chicken salad. The wind picks up. Dave's trying to bring in the sheet, and we're suddenly going 8 to 10 knots. And poor Maui is slipping and sliding all over the place. She's okay now. But when I was heeled over making food, oh, you can't see it because I'm the other way. I dropped 3 carrots on the floor and I'm bracing myself, and Maui was right there. So I'm down below with her because she wanted to come down below. When I went down below to eat, Dave's up on top eating. I would rather Probably not be down below, but I want to be down below and keep some company with the dog. But hey, we got some wind. We're really cruising along now.
About 18 knots. Took in about 50% of the square feet of the mainsail. Took in some Genoa. Waves are getting pretty rough. Some white caps out there. Most waves are in the 4-foot neighborhood. Every once in a while we get a bigger one, about twice that size. Slowed the boat down to about 5 knots. Take it easy on the brake. Doing about 8 knots before we took in the reef.
Hi, it's Dave and Lori. Or Lori and Dave. Anyway, we just want to say thank you to all the subscribers. We really appreciate all your comments and hearing about your favorite places and answering your questions. We want to give a special thank you to our patrons. We love connecting with our community on YouTube. And in Patreon, we're thrilled to be able to offer more ways to connect and learn. We hope to encourage you to step out of your comfort zone and try new things.
Our first sunset day. Day 1.
We officially start our watch schedule alternating every 2 hours. Everyone has their own idea, but we figured we wanted to set one that we thought would work best for us. The wind settled down, and although we didn't always sleep when we were off watch, we at least rested. Dave spent most of his off watches in the cockpit half resting, and finally around 4 a.m. on day 2 I was able to get him to rest down below. I'll be honest, it wasn't always easy staying awake, but it was pretty calm both nights, and the sunrises became my favorite part of the day. Day 2 we saw some storms in the distance, but we were lucky they stayed away.
Just coming into St. Augustine this morning. Already passed a shrimp boat down her watch. About 4 miles offshore. Not too bad. We're still at 18 feet of depth. The lowest depth we saw was 13 feet, and it is just after low tide this morning. Local parasailers going out, coming in. There's a little bit of traffic in this inlet on a Saturday morning, but not bad. Just getting past Salt Run and the lighthouse. You can see some sailboats anchored out there. We have about 17 feet of depth right in here. Again, low tide. Looks like we got a sailboat anchored just off the channel up in front of us. Got a big tugboat pulling a barge that we don't want to hit. He might be anchored. Got the Bridge of Lions off to our port.
We called the St Augustine City Marina and reserved the mooring hall. They gave us a location on the north side of the Bridge of Lions, so we didn't have to wait for a bridge opening. We looked up the location of our mooring ball on their map. Southwest corner, right next to the bridge. The current is swift and there were a few fishing boats nearby, but after the third attempt at the helm, I was able to get Dave in position to snag the mooring ball. Practicing catching a mooring ball in Palmino Beach had been good practice. Get close to the mooring ball up current and let the current pull you in. We immediately crashed and tried to sleep, but it was August, too humid. After a nap, we took the dinghy in to walk Maui. The marina has a nice floating dinghy dock and laundry room. There's also trash and recyclable disposal around the dock. Maui had a nice long walk, and we walked down the southern part of town. Then we took the dinghy over to the fort and enjoyed the views and sounds from the bay. The tourist boats passed right by our sailboat. It wasn't bad, but after one night on the boat, we decided it was too hot, so we reserved the slip in the marina, and that allowed us to use our AC. The current be fast at the dock, but the staff is very knowledgeable and will help you navigate. The finger piers are floating and are nice and long. We went to dinner that night and enjoyed walking around the town on the west side, where we discovered all sorts of inns and shops. And maybe it's because we had been at sea for a few days, but that first meal on land always seems to be especially enjoyable, and Mojo Barbecue was a good choice. Kroger Booth's delivery was available in St. Augustine, so I placed an order, provisions, and all set for our next trip.